Greetings, seekers of the hidden and the ancient. Welcome to Ancient Chronicles AI, where forgotten worlds, sacred mysteries, and cosmic truths come alive through AI-driven storytelling. Today, we open the gate to explore the fallen angel's punishment. The Abyss Explained, a journey into realms just beyond ordinary sight. Prepare your mind, steady your spirit, and step with me into the unknown. Long before the rise of kingdoms, before the first stones of temples were laid, before humanity learned to carve its memories into clay, there existed a realm of beings older than the world itself. They were the Watchers, the Shining Ones, the guardians appointed to observe the early earth. They stood upon the mountains, walked the winds, and gazed upon the newborn world with eyes that saw both the visible and the unseen. But among these Watchers, a rebellion stirred. A desire awakened. A choice was made that would alter the destiny of heaven and earth alike. And for this choice, a punishment was decreed, one so severe, so absolute, that even the angels trembled at its mention. The Abyss, a word whispered in ancient texts, a realm feared by spirits, a prison forged not of stone, but of darkness, silence, and separation from the eternal light. To understand the Abyss, one must return to the moment when the Watchers fell. The story begins in the days of Jared, when the earth was young and humanity was still learning to survive. The Watchers descended upon Mount Hermon, a place where the veil between realms was thin. They took human wives, taught forbidden knowledge, and brought forth the Nephilim, the giants whose violence filled the earth. Their actions disrupted the harmony of creation, twisting the natural order, corrupting the hearts of men. The Eternal saw the corruption spreading like a shadow across the world. The cries of the innocent rose like smoke. The earth groaned beneath the weight of violence. And so, judgment was decreed. The archangels were sent to confront the Watchers. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel descended with swords of fire, their presence shaking the mountains. They bound the Watchers in chains of starlight, their once radiant forms dimmed by the weight of their rebellion. But the punishment did not end with chains. The Watchers were cast into the Abyss, a realm described as the deepest darkness. The Abyss is not a physical location. It is a dimension of separation, a realm outside the flow of time. It is a place where the rebellious are cut off from the presence of the Eternal. It is described as a pit, a chasm, a void. The Abyss is the absence of light, the absence of sound, the absence of hope. It is the opposite of creation, the shadow of existence, the echo of unmaking. When the Watchers were cast into the Abyss, they fell through layers of reality, their wings torn by the winds of judgment. They fell past the foundations of the earth into a realm where time stands still, where the soul is confronted with its choices. The Book of Enoch describes the Abyss as a place of fire and ice, a paradox of extremes, flames that do not give light, cold that burns, silence that roars. It is a realm designed to contain. The Watchers were bound there until the day of judgment. Their punishment was isolation from the divine presence. For beings created from radiance, this separation was agony beyond comprehension. The Abyss existed as part of the cosmic order. It is mentioned in ancient texts as the pit, the deep, the underworld. In some traditions, it is a cosmic void beyond the stars. In others, a condition of separation from the divine. The Watchers were not alone. The spirits of the giants, the Nephilim, were also condemned when the flood came. Their spirits became the unclean ones, the disembodied beings that ancient cultures feared. The Abyss is a boundary, a barrier between realms, a containment field for forces that would disrupt harmony. The ancients spoke of darkness so deep it swallowed light. They spoke of chains forged from the breath of the Eternal. The Watchers, once beings of light, found their radiance extinguished. Their voices became echoes in the void. The Abyss is not eternal. It is temporary, a holding place until the final judgment, when the fallen will face their ultimate fate. The Book of Enoch describes a future moment when the abyss will be opened and they will be brought before the throne. Some traditions say they will be cast into a lake of fire. Others say their existence will be dissolved. The abyss serves another purpose. It is a reminder to humanity that the universe is governed by justice, not chaos. The story of the abyss is a tale of cosmic order. The watchers fell because they sought to cross forbidden's boundaries. Their punishment reflects the gravity of their actions. The harmony of creation must be preserved. The abyss is the consequence of imbalance, a prison of the fallen, the shadow of rebellion. But it is also a reminder of hope. For if the fallen can be contained, then the world can be restored. The watcher's punishment is a warning, but it is also a lesson about the nature of freedom and the consequences of choice. The abyss is not the end of the story. It is a chapter. Beyond the abyss lies the promise of restoration. The watchers fell. They were bound. They were cast into the abyss. But the light continues. The harmony continues. Our journey through the unseen now ends, but the mysteries continue to whisper. If this exploration stirred your curiosity, consider liking and subscribing to help this channel grow and unlock even deeper secrets. Until our next passage beyond the veil, stay curious, stay aware, and take care.